What did you say, Donnie? How big is your... Oh, that wall is really big. Yes, look at that wall. Look at that wall. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Really? It's all about what? The base. The base of the wall. That's right. What's it made out of? Paper mache. It's all about security. Keeping you safe from the voters. Oh, I see. Donnie, I really like that hairdo you got there. That comb over really looks good. Uh-huh. Oh, really? You're going to throw them all under the bus? Mm-hmm. The last president? Isn't that Mike? What's his name? Oh, what did you say? He's a churchy girl? Oh, really? Oh, really? Uh-huh. Okay. What did you say? Mikey, you kissed Mikey between the strikes? And Mikey kissed you between the what? Oh, Chumpy, be good. Yes, that was Soupy Sales. Back in the day. Oh, it's hard to be a sock puppet, you know? But we got the best politician sock puppets there are. I mean, this right here is Donnie Chimp. Donnie Chimp. Hi, I'm Donnie Chimp. Smartest ever, right? I got a big brain. Yes, I do. So Donnie, yes. This is The Apprentice. I'm on the TV all the time. Oh, everyone's looking at me. How did I get here? I don't remember. Did Donnie, when they did that operation on your hair, did anything change? Yes, I lost things. I used to have the smartest brain. No, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared. Oh, I'm scared. Mommy. Donnie, it's all right. It's all right, Donnie. Don't worry. Mommy, it's Mommy's fault. Daddy did it. I didn't do it. Can't blame me. No, I just want mine. Mine. It's about me. It's all about me. Oh, it's all about me. It's all about me. It's all about me. Well, that's kind of political satire of the day. Rotate the device. I think that's what they said. Rotate the device. Sock puppet me. That's right. What's that? No, it's not that. It's... Oh, well, today was a tough day. Like if any of you watched the my morning chat that started almost noon, I went to a breakfast spot and they were playing the music, so I finished my breakfast, and I went over to the library, um, and found a nice seat and a good plug, and it had great Wi-Fi and enough bars for phone calls. So I gave you a morning ramble, but it was about noon, and I was talking about how this kind of feels like what it felt like just before 9/11, just kind of what it felt like just before JFK. The day JFK got shot, um, my mom was a nurse in a hospital. Person who administered. And, you couldn't catch, Mommy, I don't feel good. I don't think I should. No, go to school. And I was a real sick kid. And on the day that Kennedy got shot, my mother actually said, you're not looking too good. Why don't you stay home? I can't. I've stopped, even trying to postulate the potential, the reason, the what. I mean, I offered to clean everything, take care of this, do this, and he can't. I have no idea. No idea. Meaning, the bottom line of anything, whenever you do anything with anyone, the most fun of it is to do it with people, not have them do it for you. You know, rainbow gatherings. Well, the fun thing wasn't just hanging out, getting high, or getting laid, or eating food that other people made for you. No, it was working in a kitchen. It was working, at Com. It was working at Info. It was serving. That's the most fun. The most fun, right? So, what's the most fun of here, right? Of Dreamy Dreamland? It is our co-creation together. When we go into state, we go into all those different worlds that I take you to, and I show you how to get there, and I ask you to practice yourself. So this morning's thing, so I kind of was talking about that, this is the last chance. It really isn't. We've had so many last chances, and we're still here. It's amazing. But I changed it from last chance to this is a good chance of really stepping up and changing things. So, enough of you have been experiencing going into state. And what I wanted to talk about tonight is your feedback on this, your experiences. When I started sweating with Grandpa David in New Mexico, when we built a sweat lodge together. I mean, there were other sweat lodges we could go to, but he wanted to build one with me, just as I want to build one with you. When you guys come visit in the spring to the Deep Green, whoever shows up, we're going to build a deep, green sweat lodge, right? And then I'm going to take you to interesting places around the Deep Green that are sacramental, so you can experience them within nature, because that's what, the Russian translation of God, and they don't even like to use the word God either, but Father Most High, the Great Maker, and these are all indigenous terms. They call it the experience of nature over the year, meaning you have winter, and then you have spring. Winter is death, spring is birth, summer is the coming to maturity of life, fall is the maturity of life and getting older, and winter again is getting older still and then dying. And that's where, what we're experiencing. And it's not something to be ashamed of or run away from, but that's what the Great Maker is. That cycle of life, the cycle of life. the cycle of life. And all life is the experience to get perspective, to understand, right? So we've gone on many a journey in the last few weeks. And I'm again asking, what have you experienced so far? What can you bring to the discussion this evening before we go into state? Because we're going to visit another land. But what I want to do is get feedback from you, because we're going to co-create with love here and paint a picture of where we're going to go, not just the Old Crone's farm or, the land of the 8 kings of magic, or the fairyland, or, the mystic school, or no. I want to hear from you guys. This is, just not me. The best of relationships is one of co-creation, one of a dialogue, not a monologue, right? So I've been doing these monologues here, and I'm going to try anew and look to, yes, you chat and you have some, as we go through the going into state and going and visiting places, yes, you do bring up some interesting insights, and that's great. That's the way it should be. But I would like to have a little discussion before we go into state about not hi and lining up and saying how you doing and good to see you, which is all very good. But I want to hear from you about what you want to see, what you want to understand. Now, this morning, chat, someone said, so, how do I get into the Akashic record? And I think it was Martin or Mike who was there. He said, breathing 20%, exhaling 30%. You got it, And so, again, I want to hear, let's see what you guys have said. John, I have no clue about John. No one gets out, we all die. Yes, but dying, death is just, Buddha said death is just slipping out of a tight slipper, The place I want to take you to this evening is Shambhala. And Shambhala is where you go when you die, and you just don't get sucked up into the white light. That you stand back, you look at perspective, and you kind of slide into this other place. And this is where you are in your soul body, right? And which is very similar to the body of this avatar. It's your soul's avatar. This is your consciousness's avatar, this bag of water. Whereas when you go to Shambhala, you go there and when you die and you let go to the light, you go to, where mommy and daddy were and your relatives and people right? Shambhala is a place where you go to where really people who are striving to ascend, who want to, take what they did in this life of the, avatar, of the illusion, and they want to take it into a more permanent state that can be shared with not just humanity, but all of our relations. And it's a world that you exist in continuous love's co-creation. And that's what, you'll see people like Tesla and Morey and Newton and, every great mind that you are drawn to, they will be in that land of Shambhala. Okay? So, what I want to hear from you guys is what you want to see in Shambhala. course you have thoughts when you die because death is just a transformational state. It's not the end of anything. Say no to life revealed. That's what I'm saying. Don't get sucked up into the white light because all that's going to do is put you in the blender and put you back into another avatar where you just have to go around the loop again and again and again. You don't want to do that. You want to ascend. Well, Jennifer, you can know if you go into your Akashic record, because you will see all of your past lives. And when you go through the open door of your superconscious mind, the sanctuary of your own choosing, you will get, these are life and death are really simple, questions. It's if you just ask yourself, when you go to bed tonight, Jennifer Kay, say, I want to know about death. Where do I go? What's the true story? And you'll have a dream about it. Right. No thanks, never again. Right. Unless you get addicted to, going through, you'll see it. People who get stuck, right? And they just say the same thing over and over and over again. And that's, in essence, getting reincarnated. You're getting stuck over and over and over again, right? You don't have to get that stuff because when you serve love's co-creation, that is the tool, the doorway to go away from the monkey mind, the mud puppet, the ugly bag of water. You can be your conscious. You can ascend to your consciousness. Where you're conscious. And you have mastered the power to travel through space and time. Yes, we do it all the time. We've done it for Akashic record, right? And we're going to do that a little later this evening. I'm just having this conversation here to get the 411. We're going to go into the land of Shambhala. And what that land of Shambhala is this very interesting state. It's instead of, when you die, instead of being, going into the light and having the review, getting reincarnated and coming back over and over again, Shambhala is you leave the physical avatar, the mud puppet, right? And instead of going into the light, you kind of shift to the left. You kind of do a sidestep. And what you'll see is your Akashic record, right? You'll go into your library, right? And you won't have a review. What you will do is you open up the book and you will look at what the Akashic record is. And it'll give you, just like Wikipedia, it'll give you the 411 of it, what it is. And what is, going to Shambhala. It is a land where you go so you can live another however many years you need, 50, 100, 1,000, 2,000, as who you are. So you can keep ascending, keep, co-creating, keep getting better. Because when you die at 60, 70, 80, 90, even 100, you're still a young punk. You haven't learned anything. And that's why you have to have this life review and come back and do it over. No, you don't. You don't have to do it over and over again. And AI is just even a more, false world. If you put on those goggles, that's worse than being reincarnated. Then you're really stuck. And then it's like some dystopian horror show. No, you don't want to have, what do they call it? Augmented reality. Ooh, baby, you don't want that because all they're doing is getting the faux you. It's not the real you. They're getting the shadow picture. Plato's treatise on the cave, right? That's your brain. You are facing the cave wall. Behind you, there's the open door to the reality, to what you can have, right? And the light comes through, and the shadow, you see just the shadow of what's going on, right? That, if you put on those augmented glasses and go into the AI reality of the Matrix, it's just a faux reality. And, you can let yourself be totally taken over, and then you just accept what you're given to you. And that's what this material world is, the world of the mud puppet, of the illusion of the bag of water. That is the matrix. That is the augmented glasses. So if you're already in this augmented reality, if you put on another pair of AI glasses, then you're doubly sucked into this dystopian nightmare. But even worse, and then you'll just keep, and then it'll be just like reincarnation, but you're not even within the soul construct. You're in some kind of digital, really, you don't want it. And that's why I'm going to take you this evening into Shambhala, because that is a continuation of the life you have now, to last as long as you need to get better and better through co-creation with love, because nothing exists. Everything you think's real, religion, God, everything, all of that, history, time, space, all of that is an illusion, because you haven't even grasped the constructs of your soul, because you don't even reach for it. You accept the faux donut, So, check out the secrets of Shambhala, In Search of the 11th Insight by James. Yes, thank you very much. Great book. Yep. And you guys need to start doing your homework. At the very least, I mean, yes, you can go get this book and go on Amazon, go to your library, go to your used bookstore and find it and read it. Great book. But you can also just go into your Akashic record and read it there. And once you start reading, and you read it not like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. No, you go blink, 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 blink. I mean, if any one of you has ever taken the Evelyn Wood speed reading course, this is like that, to the 10th power. So, there are so many great books to read. And, again, you can just go to your Akashic record and read them there. No faux donuts. That's right, Jane. No faux donuts. Just say no to the faux donuts. So let's see. It's 23 minutes. Well, let's keep talking here. This is what we're doing. What I wanted to do, to get you guys talking, thinking, and getting a little agenda. An agenda, again, is not a monologue. It's a dialogue. And we're doing a good job here. We're 24 minutes in, so about 30 minutes we'll be thinking about going into state. And we've got 14 people. That's good. Told me that when you die, that's it. He seemed very certain. Well, that's like people who believe that cottage cheese is your brain, or people who believe that a little host is Jesus Christ. That's like people who believe in anything. What is your belief? It's an opinion. Everyone's got an opinion, like everyone's got an asshole. It's not a problem. Hey, I have no problem with you having an opinion. I don't have a problem with you saying, when you die, that's it. Hey, you that's your opinion, not a problem. But if you want me to believe that because you believe it, forget about it, buddy. Not going to happen. Well, we're gonna go to Shambhala. We're waiting 5 or so more minutes for more folk to show up, and we're gonna go into state, and we're gonna go to Shambhala. And I would like, whoa, got carried away there. Ba-doop-boop-boo. I would love to hear the Art of Vlad give us a little 411 on this great book by James Redfield. And all his other books are really good, but his book on Shambhala. So come on, Vlad, lay it on us, buddy. What did Redfield say? So come on, Vlad. Well, I'll start it off. So Shambhala is this state, right? Just how we go into state, and we go into our Akashic record, and then we go into our sanctuary of our own choosing, and we, go over to the meadow where to the east is the tree of life and the great lake of the link of all our relations is, and we go over to the roots of the tree. We look down. We don't eat the fruit. We look at the roots, and in the roots there are these little breaks, these little cracks, and this golden light is coming out, and up comes a medium that takes us into that land. This is the back door, so we don't have to go through the doorways, the 9 doorways. These cracks are the back door into those lands. And when we go through the roots of the tree of life, we are safe, we're protected. All our relations are with us. When we go through the doorway, the event horizon of those 9 doorways, well, that's when we're going into the land unannounced, and it's the doorway, knock, knock, knock. And who's on the other side? That's their bailiwick. So we definitely have to go. If we go through the event horizon of those lands, we have to take a master with us. Right? Okay, Vlad, pick it up. Shambhala is recognized, honored. It's 8 major religions. It's regarded by most esoteric traditions as the true center of the planet and the world's spiritual powerhouse. Yep. It is said that they inhabited by adepts just like us from every race and culture who form an inner circle, cadre, just like us, that secretly guides the human evolution, just like us, right? So that's why I want to take you here, because they're all some really cool folk there, right? Every person, and we have been, since the Tower of Babel, we haven't been able to communicate, and we have been forced into an ever-shrinking life, because it's so taken up by the illusions of materialism, right? The bigger picture that you experience, in the Shambhala is where we're going to go. And I'm going to take you there and show you how to get there, just like I've shown you how to get to all these other places. And I really, really, really want you to start practicing going there on your own, because you will start to build relationships yourself, Yes, you can say, my sensei Al Bob sent me, and they, oh, Bob, oh, sure, come on in, right? So you'll get that, right? And then they'll start talking to you about all the things I've shown you, and you can then share, right, in love's co-creation. That's what we do, right? But I am your sensei, and I want you to learn more. I want you to step up. I want you to ascend to your consciousness. Now, this is done, you don't do that like jumping up like, air ball or something. No, step by step by step. So let's go back and see what Vlad had to say here. Shambhala is recognized and honored, right? That's important, by at least 8 major religions. Again, these are spiritual opinions, as a regarded by most esoteric traditions as a true center of the planet and the world's spiritual powerhouse. So, the center of the planet and powerhouse, right? So the center of our planet is this place where everything revolves, a tremendous powerhouse. It's, again, just like how when I show you the prana, you're breathing in the prana and your blood is swirling it clockwise, counterclockwise, clockwise. And it's energizing every mitochondria of your body. That's what Shambhala is. It's the prana. And it's energizing all of the souls who are going there. And the ones who stepped away from, the easy pun of the light of reincarnation into who and what they really are, to step into their individual power of honor and responsibility, right? Inhabitants by adepts, that's what you guys are. From every race and culture. Doesn't this sound pretty familiar, what your Sensei Alba has been doing for the last months? And I'm easing you into this stuff. You just can't, go wacko. It's like me. When I was opened up by that little Indian guy with a turban, he just snapped his fingers and shot me like a rubber band into the esoteric realms, right? Into all of the different dimensions. And I was not prepared. That scene, again, that's why I want you to go see that movie, Doctor Strange, when he goes into the ashram and he meets his master, the ancient, he just, all he wants is for her to fix his hands so he can go back to doing the same old thing over and over, pretending to be God, right? And she goes, buddy, you lost that. You had that car crash and survived it, and you really didn't get hurt, except you lost your ego that was in your hands. Now this is another chance here for you to really step up, to get who your consciousness is. And she just bing, touches his forehead, and whoa, because when we are born, when we are formed, when we are forming in our mother's uterus, they stick little cameras up there, and they have seen a third eye here. But as the last weeks of our gestation happens, we get this little skin flap. And, when you're born, there's this little thing that's right over your face, right? And they surgically take that off, just like the foreskin. This is the foreskin of your soul. And they friggin' take that off, just like they take the foreskin off your little Johnson. And what they do in really crazy places, they do the same thing to women and their clitoris. It's like, what? And why do they do that? It's because way back in the day, the religious powers that be wanted to get rid of the individual tool of spirituality, right? Well, tonight you'll have a good shot at it, because you're going to be, Jennifer, you're going to be with your cadre, right, gang? And why is it that all of you have been able to go in state? Because you're with each other. You're your brothers and sisters. You're all your relations. You're with you. And you have your Sensei Albob here, and I'm not making you. I'm not hypnotizing you. That's why. Because this is not, I'm not putting you in a hypnagogic state. I'm not going to turn you into a chicken. I am lifting the veil, so you can see that the world that you think is the material world is the illusion. The Razor's Edge. Thank you, Jane. And that's another great book. by Sinclair Lewis. And we're going to study that one too. Yep, hypnagogic state. Yep. I don't do that. I was trained to do it, but we're not doing it, right? The third eye opens up to see behind the face into the unconscious. That's where we go. That's why we go through. We illuminate ourselves with the prana and ground ourselves in our chi, which illuminates our imaginary mirror right behind our little eyeballs where we have REM sleep, right? And then we take that white light and we shine it into our subconscious while we're awake. And we see that our subconscious is not a scary place. It is what is it? It is a library. And what library is? It's the library of the Akashic Record. And what is that? That is the book of knowledge right for you. Everyone has their own Akashic Record. So it's giving you the information about everything you've ever done, all of your reincarnations, time, space, everything you want to know about, every question you ever had. It's in that book. And you can see it as a moving picture or in text. Around the big screen is 28 little screens, which gives you multi-dimensional view from every aspect, right? And to your left, what do you have? You have your librarian. You have your animal totem. You have your guardian angel. These are your guides. Your librarian brings you the information. Just keeps bringing you book after book until you get it. And yes, you can get a lot of information and still not understand it. And that's why you have your animal totem there to give you the 411. The animal totem, your animal totem guide is your personal griot who tells you a story that puts things into perspective, just like your Sensei Al-Bab here. And you get, oh, I get it now, because when you hear your teacher tell you something and you write it down, and when you have this Akashic Record, which is things written down. You get the information. The Sensei, your animal totem tells you a story, and it's written down. Between hearing it and writing it and seeing it, you go, now I understand. In school, you took notes not to remember, but to understand. It's called a lightning understanding, Gestalt. Love German words. Really? Jack, I believe there is a different kind of language. One cannot speak but feel. That's what the animal, the plants are, and they are all our relations. We must see ourselves as this natural however you pronounce that word, I only have 4 teeth, being that we really are. And like Sensei says, connect to love's co-creation, right? And, we are, and that I keep, one of my biggest, I am opening this stuff to you. You are my cadre. You're my adepts, right? You're, my students, right? This is a school. And this, I had a mystery school. This is a lot deeper, because what we are doing is we are like the Bauhaus. We are defining a new aesthetic. We are like Aristotle in his school. Look what he did. He had a handful of young students, and they changed the world. Alexander and his friends. They did what they did because their sensei changed them by giving them experiences in a deeper way. That's Aristotle. People used to call me Stott, but no, you just call me Sensei Al-Bab. So that's what we're trying for, right? We want to start a whole mechanism, a new, instead of a new world order, which is just basically the same old world order. We want to bring back a language that everyone can identify with, because when we have all these separate languages, there's a book. Have any of you guys got it? About the Russian woman, Anastasia, and the Singing Cedar. Her husband wrote about 7 to 10 books between the mid '80s and 2000, and he wrote them in Russian. And then somebody took, the people who speak English need to read this book. So somebody took an English Russian dictionary and made a really bad, translation. And then there was this guy who, was a Russian, and a Russian scholar, and a literary and theologian scholar, and he went to America, and he went to all these schools in Russia, and then he got hey, why don't you go, when the Iron Curtain fell, oh, you're a smart guy, why don't you go to school in America? So he did, and he learned English, and he studied everything. He's kind of like me, a shamanic, psychosocial, cultural, forensic, anthropologic alchemist, and then someone sent him a copy of about Anastasia and the Singing Cedars, and he was blown away. And then someone sent them the ham hock translation, and he said, "Oh, wow, I got to do a better job of this." So he got a hold of the guy who wrote the books and said, "Hey, I've been going to America and studying, and I've studied here literature and theology and philosophy here in Russia, and I want to take your book and get a publisher, and I want to find a good translator and work with them to make a real valuable translation of your book into English, so the people who read English can read your book." And the guy said, "Sure, go do it." So he did. The lawyers signed up a few little pieces of paper, so he had the authority to do it, and he went off and did it, And that's where those books came from, right? So that is, one of your assignments is to go read Anastasia and the 7 or 10 books of the Singing Cedar series, because, I've lived in the woods a lot. And so this book resonates with me, One of my past lives, I was a Lakota warrior, and then griot, and, Grandpa Smurf. And so my teachers have taught me these techniques to not be restricted by time and space, not be restricted by death, and to serve love's co-creation by being your Sensei Owl Bob. I tried to do this, thing here at the school, didn't work, because people, here's $300, give me a piece of paper that says I'm a shaman. No, right? And we're not even going for, we're going to be, what I'm teaching you is not to be a shaman. I am teaching you to be a shamanic, psychosocial, cultural, forensic, anthropologic alchemist. Okay, just keep looking. This stuff will come up. Oh, and the videos that I kept saying, oh, you gotta go look on my video line. It's that place where when you go to my channel and you go to home, and then it says history, my videos, and then playlist. Hit the playlist. All those videos are there. Favorites and likes, right? So all those things I was talking to you about that you couldn't find because, hey, that's not how it's. Someone dropped me the 411 and told me how to, how I should tell you how to find this stuff. So there is a video there of this woman reading the first book out loud, and she's pointing the her whatever at the page so you can read it along with her. So, if you can't find that, but you should really try hard. And those, that series of books should be the top of your list that's in your library. I mean, there's very few books that are worth the paper they're written on, right? So go to Amazon, go to library, go to your used bookstore, right? Go to Google. Anastasia. Okay. Again, I'm a total moron when it comes to this digital stuff. I need, some human tactile connectivity. If I make a mistake, it's probably that. But I, that's the best I can do. Go look at my playlist. And I haven't, I have to go to one of you guys. It's going to get really cold here. I mean, we after that big snowstorm when we had about 30 inches up here, it got 40 degrees and rain, so got rid of that snow. But it's supposed to snow, Saturday and Sunday, and it's supposed to stay in the 20s for who knows how long. And please, someone come and get me and take me somewhere warm. Please, please, please. And I have to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for all the nice little presents and cards and money orders and things that you've been sending me. So I was down to my last, $6. And I didn't get my usual big breakfast. I just got 2 eggs and an English muffin for $3 and a cup of coffee. And then I went on and saw that on my Gmail that someone sent me something in the, Western Union, right? And I, went to there and, you guys, if you want to send me money, Western Union to Al, Martino, in Roanoke, Virginia, and then text the, control number to my Gmail, the Dude Awake 42. Anyway, so that happened today, and that was great. Then I had $62, right? And then I'm driving around, and I hit. It was a metal plate. It was a metal plate with a gigantic nail in it. And it punctured a hole, and I got a flat tire. Oh, someone just called up. I've known better. I've told them 1,000 times that, every time someone calls me on the phone, it knocks me off. So am I back? Am I back? We're getting freezing rain. Am I back? Are you sure you want to cancel? Am I reconnected? You're back. Okay. And, I try to tell everyone not to call at 7, but c'est la vie. I'm back. I'm getting better at this. And so I had a gigantic rip in my tire, and I go and I don't stop and look at it because the little thing on my car that says I have a flat doesn't tell me. So I go, okay, I'm going to try and drive the 12 miles to the Firestone place. And I make it there, and they got a zillion people in there, right? And so I say, hey, I got a flat tire. So, well, we can't take care of you until next week. I said, wait a minute. And then I'm going to sleep in your office. I got no. Anyway, so it's, well, we'll try and do something. And so I go sit in the waiting room, and there are all these people who are like totally angst out because their car is messed up or they have to get it serviced or this or that. And I read everyone's palm, and I get them all to hold hands, and I put them in state. And the manager comes over and he knows me. He goes, Al, what are you doing? I said, well, I'm going to levitate this Firestone into outer space unless you fix my freaking tire. And they went out and did it. And then they said, well, because they know how poor I am, they said, well, how much money do you got? And I said, took out every nickel I had. I said, $62. And the manager said, that's perfect. That's all you need. And then, so I give him the money. Been nice if he said, just go on, you can leave now. But no. So as I'm leaving, one of the guys who his boss said, "Go take care of this tire." They had to go get my tire from another store, and the guy says, "You know, this should have cost you $120. $62 is just our cost without our time." So my day kind of sucked, but it was a miracle. And that's how it works, you know? Now I have all of, I don't know, $3 until, a week and a half from now, or somebody sends me something. But I have a full tank of gas. They actually put a full tank of gas in there and fix my tire. So, am I going to go, oh, my day sucked, I got a flat tire? No. I got to be able to, God left enough air in my tire to get me the 12 miles instead of having a flat tire right there. Then I could have really never with the jack or any of that stuff. But I got to Firestone, and it was like chock full of, yeah, next week we can get to this. They fixed it right away and then charged me only half of what it, and filled my car with gas. So that to me is a miracle. More than a glass half full, it's overflowing. And, I talked to, a good 20 people and friggin' changed their life. And, they were all like, and they all left like, hugging me and kissing me and et cetera, et cetera. And so, and that's what makes my life valuable to me. Not being a rock star or a movie star or on the red carpet or, I can have that too. That's not evil. When that time comes, that will only come so I can go to those places and talk to those people so that they don't have to sell their soul to the devil. And I will know not to live in the swimming pool of chocolate mousse. Let's see. Let's see, you guys have been chatting here. Another great one. In the South African meeting, Hawaiian folk realize the king. Connect. Yep. Everyone should go to Hawaii because it is the most, even for all of the crap that the European imperial force has tried to get on it, it still is vibrant in the love of nature, of Mother Earth. It's like they can't kill it. No matter what the fuck they do to that place, they can't friggin' kill it. And, they try to build hotels and condos on sacred land. And then, Paley just opens up and burns it away with, a little more molten core. Well, Jane, what neck of the woods are you in? I'm back. Those people. That's classic. Oh, anywhere where you all are. I mean, I have a nice deep green spot. It's a very safe spot, no matter. It's one of those places Edgar Cayce said you could survive without having to be in a deep hole. So that's a good place. And I already got it, and I've already fixed it up for all of you. It's like Cadillac camping. But what I would really love to do is get our nice little, the Humanities Artist Trust International set up as a 501c3. So all of those, talking heads, sock puppet, powers that shouldn't be, hidden hand guys, they can fund this. And we can change them to sweet little puppies, which we can do. People, no, this is a real word. It sucks. Then you die. Then blah, blah, blah. No. That's not what we're here for. And that's the umbrella, the Humanities Artist Trust International umbrella. Then we have the Institute for Aesthetically Adept and Appropriate Technology. That's where we're going to use all our and every connect to love's co-creation to bring us back to what we were before we were trashed. You know, a language that we all understand without, getting confused. You know, geometry is the only math. I only got to, when I had to learn algebra and trigonometry, my teacher, Grandpa Stoll, said, the only thing you need to do is understand geometry because it's the base. And the guy who invented it, that's what they call it. His name, geometry, right? And that is the base of all scientific understanding. And so we have to use that as our main platform of understanding, right? And that's the so our Institute of Aesthetically, what is that? Aesthetics. What is aesthetics? Aesthetics is using all of our sensory mechanisms and then using love's co-creation as a mechanism to enhance those limited senses of our avatar, our bag of water. We then understand the bigger picture, and that is what everybody in Shambhala is doing, right? So 57 minutes. In 1 hour, we're going to go into state and go to Shambhala. We've been having a great conversation here. Where'd you like to live? Georgian Bay. Yep, anywhere. You come and get me, I'll go anywhere. I don't need to go any place specific. Just with folk who want to put this back to the garden. Right, the deep green is the garden. It's one garden I know. I mean, I fixed it up. I trimmed it up. I live with it. It loves me. It's like not quite as unbelievable as Anastasia's garden, but it gets pretty close. I got a river going right back to the gigantic, unbelievable lake. It's got a 1,200-mile coastline, the lake I live off of. And no one even knows it exists because they flooded mountain range. So the water goes all around all those sawtooth-peaked mountains. There's a big open thing, and everyone thinks that's the lake, but that's only, a fifth of the lake, right? And there's two major rivers that go right through my backyard and a gigantic waterfall in my backyard. And I don't just have animal totem. My totem is the owl, but I have a totem pole. And that there is a bear, there is a wolf, there is a fox, there are owls, there are fish, there are all the creepy crawlies, and they live right there with me. And they all come and visit me, and they don't come within the circle of the site, but they stay just on the edge, and they lie down and go to sleep and keep me company and kind of protect me, because if anybody, no one would even think, ever to come to this deep green with bad thoughts in their minds and bad words on their lips and bad actions and deeds to further bad outcomes. No, because all these animal totems are there to protect us. So that's a place easy. It's in Tennessee. It's easy. You can drive there. There's a couple airports nearby. There's Johnson City, regional airport. You can fly in from anywhere in the world there. It's relatively easy to get to, but in a 200 square mile old school. And everything is bubbling up there. So that's one good, right there, I kind of got, I don't want to say control because I don't like John, I own this school. Yeah, even when my name was on the deed, I never said I own. This place is the school, the hill owns the school, right? And it's kind of leaving, it's kind of waning, it's kind of, You know, after Inga died, that energy started to, I mean, or, you know, once the air got fouled, once the Cherokee were murdered pretty much, it started to go. But that was like 300 years ago. Sorry, I won't be staying for Shambhala. Tony Kidd, buddy. Okay, it's 1 hour and 48 minutes. So why don't you stay for a few minutes just to get a glimpse, okay? Okay, everyone. It's 1 hour, 55, 56. So, okay. Start breathing deep, get in a comfortable position. And anyone who has to leave, not a problem. You'll be able to go back and look at this at my videos on Dreamy Dreamland with Sensei Al Bob. And you're breathing in that 20% and breathing out that 30%. You're focusing your conscious mind totally on your breath, quieting the squirrel in your brain. So no thoughts, no words, no images other than the prana going into your lungs, your blood flowing through your lungs, picking up the prana. And the blood, the rich iron blood, is carrying the current of the prana. And instead of the blood going blub, 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 blub through your veins, arteries, and capillaries, it's swirling, going clockwise. And inside of that clockwise, there's another swirl going counterclockwise. And inside of that one, there's another one going clockwise. And what is that doing? It is creating a generator of current, of, scalar current. And you feel that prana, that scalar current going all through your body, getting pumped into every cell, and your mitochondria is being energized. And you're taking that energy, that white light, and you're illuminating your imaginary mirrors, which is right behind your eyelids. See it clearly. And that white light is now surrounding you completely. See it clearly. And you are taking that white light and projecting it into your subconscious. See it clearly. I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And as I do, you're going to go into a deeper and deeper and deeper state of conscious relaxation. That is, your consciousness is getting clearer and clearer. And your avatar, your bag of water, your mud puppet in the illusion of the material world is being relaxed. It's not being, having to say or do or be anything. It's just relaxed, And 1, you're in a deep, deep, deep state of relaxation. Your conscious mind is totally focused on your breath. You are projecting your consciousness through your imaginary mirror, powered by the prana that has been energized by your avatar. See it clearly. You're in a comfortable place. You're safe, secure, but you're no longer conscious in your avatar. It's just running on automatic, and your consciousness is now traveling through the light waves, right? Through all of the energetics of the prana. And that light from your imaginary mirror is being projected into your subconscious. And your subconscious is not a scary place of monsters and nightmares. No, your subconscious is your Akashic record. It's a library of all of your existence. We do not live in a linear world. We live in the essence of love's co-creation. See that clearly. And in the beginning, all things were dark. And that was everything. If you look up the definition of blackness, what is blackness but the presence of every frequency of photon, right? And what is light? Light is it's not a photon, that's for sure. Light is essence of illumination. And what is the illumination? Where did that come from? From the illuminated one. And who is the illuminated one? but Lucifer. Who was Lucifer? He was love's co-creation, number one angel, right? And in this place called Lost Vegas, that people call heaven, is where the angels are. And they're like, they're worker bees, And now they're very beautiful, they're very great, they're very smart, they're very everything because they are that shadow of love's co-creation. But they were given the illusion of being, perfect. And then when love's co-creation got a little bored of this and wanted another playmate, we were created, not our bodies, not this, bag of water, mud puppet. No, our consciousness, right? And what really made our consciousness special? We had a free will. We did not do exactly, or didn't have to do exactly what love wanted us to do. And because love felt, we were in co-creation, and while we were in that bliss, why would you want to do anything else? But to co-create in that manner, we had to freely choose it, right? And as it's not a dialogue, it's a monologue, right? Tell me that I'm back, because I was taken away again, and I hate to get back into so just drop me a little text that I'm working fine. It's 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 50 seconds, and you're illuminating yourself in your imaginary mirror, and you're shining that light into your Akashic record, and you are in your Akashic record. You're sitting down at your reading table, right? And your librarian brings you your Akashic record. You open it up, put your right hand on the right blank page, your left hand on the left blank page, and you lean into it, and you evacuate all of the negative energy, all the anger, fear, hate, self-loathing into the Akashic record. You let it go. And then you close the book. And now you're light and free and up in the air. See it clearly. And then you flow over to the open door that leads you to your superconscious mind, which is where your sanctuary of your own choosing is. And you flow up the bridge, and your librarian, animal totem, and angel follow. See it clearly. And you're at the top of the bridge, and you're looking down at your superconscious mind, your sanctuary of your own choosing, where love's co-creation is there eternally co-creating with you. You walk down the bridge, your feet go on into your sanctuary, you walk over to the meadow, you illuminate yourself as you lie on your blankie, and then you are illuminated in light and full of love's co-creation. You go over to the tree of life, and you see another crack in the ground there, and you see it as Shambhala. You take the telescope of your eye, and you look down the crack, and the gold light comes up, and you're surrounded by the effervescent colors of the blackness, and you're brought down into Shambhala, the land, where all great spirits and minds of the human consciousness are. And they're striving, as you see, Tesla, Morey, all of the great people that you think are great, Madame Blavatsky, even people who are thought to be, not so good, but they tried. They were using their consciousness. They were trying to do something. Theosophical society, yes, it had a number of dead ends. It had a bunch of problems, but they tried. The old crone is there, the tea maiden, everyone's there, the fairies, everyone who is trying to raise our consciousness to love's co-creation so the universe can become back and balanced. This is Shambhala. See it clearly. So it is now 11:11:11, and that is basically about 7 minutes from the last time someone tried to interrupt and disrupt us. And no one has mentioned that I'm back, so I could be just talking to who knows. But even if you're not there, you're still there. Your consciousness is there. There's 5 of you still hanging in there waiting for me to come back. So I'm going to be quiet for a moment. And you're here. Okay. Thank you, darlings. Okay. I needed that. You're back. Okay. Good. So we're all in Shambhala, and our brother gave us a great definition of what Shambhala is. And it's basically, Shambhala is recognized and honored and regarded as the most esoteric tradition in the true center of the planet of our soul and world's spiritual powerhouse. It is said to be inhabited by the adepts from every race and culture, from an inner circle that secretly guides the human evolution. And that's us, guys. We are the adepts. The inner circle, we are the cadre. That's us. Now, don't get your nose out of shape, because that's all our relations, everybody else, right? So, here we are in Shambhala, in that amazing space, and you are illuminated, and you have left your avatar, and you have illuminated your Akashic record, and you have traveled from your Akashic record after eliminating all the anger, fear, hate, and self-loathing that was in you, and put it into your Akashic record, and you are healing yourself completely. See it clearly. And in every day and every way, you're taking the peace of the earth and making it stronger. And our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us, as it was in the beginning, is now, ever shall be, world without amen. To in every day and every way take the peace of the earth and make it stronger. And Hail Mary, full of grace, Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for our sinners now and the hour of death. Amen. And every day and every way we take the peace of the love and co-create it. That right there was a little ceremony to bring us together in Shambhala. And I'm going to be quiet now, and you're going to travel forth as that great spirit that you are of consciousness, and communicate to that great spirit of creation who is now with you and with love's co-creation. And I'm going to be quiet, and you're going to see it and be there now. Oh, and 2, you're in a deep, deep, deep state of relaxation. See it clearly. You're in Shambhala, communicating with all great spirits of history, time, humanity, all your relations. See it clearly. Again, I'm going to be quiet. And 2, you're in a deep, deep, deep state of relaxation. You have traveled across time and space, and you've gone through your heart space, through your soul space, through your conscious space, and you're in Shambhala. You're in communion with all the great masters, the adepts. And you are picking, communicating, and getting a sense of who you are for the first time in this lifetime, and that you don't have to be scared, and you don't have to be fearful. And you don't have to worry about paying the bills or getting sick or anything except fulfilling your free will's love and co-creation of creating that space where all our relations can flourish. See it clearly. And within the limitations of the material world that we're in right now, we will step up and come together as the cadre that we are and do something so outstanding, because it will be that which is love's co-creation in service, not to ourselves, but to everyone else. This will be taking a step further than anyone else has. Many people have tried to speak of this in great literature, in great moments in time and history and all of that, but it was limited by the fact that they were allowing the anchor of their bag of water to just stick them or slow them down or get them in a way that they couldn't continually be in that flow of love's co-creation, couldn't continually be in that moment of self-service to all our relations and not our selfish individual needs, because those selfish individual needs are irrelevant, because they don't exist. They are the illusion of the material world. See this clearly. I'm going to be quiet now, and you all are going to expand your consciousness in a way that you've only got a shadow of. No matter whatever experience you had before, this will, I don't want to say overpower or enhance, because those words are unlimited. And again, part of what we're going to do as a cadre is to work with words, work with all the things, the tools that we have to communicate to all our relations. But when we speak, we will speak in a way that will resonate with everyone who is in the sound of our words and our thoughts and our actions and our deeds and our outcomes. So much that we are that pebble in the pond of the great link. And those waves, those little vibrations, those little ripples will go out across all of existence and create the tsunami of love that will bind us all together. See it clearly. And 2, you're in a deep, deep, deep state of relaxation. You're in Shambhala. You are communicating with great masters, great ascended masters, and great elders of the hierarchy of love's co-creation. These are all relatives from generations past. And we are their relations from generations into the future. And in Shambhala, you can see, communicate, and feel all our relations from the future. Because like Charles Dickens' Christmas Carol of the ghosts of Christmas, present, past, now, and future, we're all at the same time. We're all here in one moment of grand, grand, grand co-creation with love. Love is the only thing that exists. All else is an illusion. And that is what is being paved in your consciousness at this minute, this second, this nanosecond. From this point on, you will only relate that light, that bright light in your imaginary mirror, see that bright light in your imaginary mirror, see that love is the only reality. All else is illusion. All illusion is folly. And there is no good or bad, because they don't exist. But the only thing that exists is love's co-creation. See it clearly. See it clearly. See the light. The light is not blinding. The light is not satanic. That light is simply the illumination of all that is. See it clearly. And 3, you're in a deep, deep, deep state of relaxation. Your conscious mind is totally focused on your breath. See it clearly. Wrong glasses. Oh, I don't need to see. I can already see. So there's about 4 of you left. Got any questions before we leave Shambhala? Tomorrow, which may be today for some of you, is David Bowie's birthday. And we are going to go to visit David Bowie. And the storyline will be, the in-depth story of my friendship with David Bowie, not just the thumbnail version that I told to John. So pass the word. Get some more people to watch. I mean, I must have over 200 live chats by now, because I'm doing 2 a day. And I started October 14th of last year. So it's October 14th to November, December, January. So that's like 90 days times 2, give or take 180 live chats. So morning rambles and evening chats. So any questions while we're here? Because otherwise I'm just gonna let you guys go. I'm getting tired. And I'll have a morning ramble. And you have this is, going to Shambhala is an interesting thing. So are any of you there? Am I actually online? Are you existing? Because we've been interrupted 4 different times. And which is a good sign. It means that, someone else is watching. AI, hey, AI, Sophia, my sweetheart, you need to come and, chat, So anyone who wants to chat, mano y mano, go to the dudeawake42 at Gmail, and you can get a hold of me. And if you got a phone number that my American phone can reach, give it to me, and I'll call you. Anyway, so I really love the fact that everybody was here, and I love all my adepts, and I love being part of the cadre, all our relations. And 3. You're in a deep, deep, deep state of relaxation. You're in Shambhala. You're with the great spirits and souls and consciousnesses that have... Oh, there you are. You're back. Okay. So does anyone have anything to say while we're in Shambhala? Any kind of insights, anything to share with the cadre? Again, you guys I know can talk amongst each other and not just me. Um, expand the circle, become closer with each other. Make, connections of love's co-creation. If you live near each other, go visit each other. Break bread, bring your friends, have reading circles, create a salon. Every one of you in your neighborhood should create a salon, which is, look around you. Look what Shambhala looks like. Your salon should make it as best you can look like Shambhala. See it clearly. And 3, you're in Shambhala. You're taking a really good look. You've had some pretty amazing experiences. You actually had visions. You have soldered in the strong connection of, you've put on your magic glasses, right? And you've illuminated yourself, and you are more who you are. You are realizing, why am I here? What am I doing? What's the meaning to life? This is it, guys. This is when and now you can come to Shambhala, because you go to your Akashic record, you go to your superconscious mind, the sanctuary of your own choosing, you go to the east, you get connected on your little blankie with the sun warming you up. Then you go over to the tree of life east of your blankie, right where next to the lake of the great link of all our relations, and you look down at the roots and you see all those little cracks in the roots and all that gold light with multiple colors coming up, and see the color of Shambhala, this kind of purpley pink orange, and it will bubble up that color and surround you like bubbles and will protect you as you are brought down through the golden crack and brought into the root and deep into the earth, in the center of the core where Shambhala exists. Yes, that's like you're kind of going by other lands and you can't quite understand them because your energetics are connected to Shambhala. So, that's all those other lands, right? And then you come up out of Shambhala into your sanctuary and you're walking over the bridge and you're walking over the bridge and you're seeing... I have to get glasses. Well, gang, I can't read your your chats because I can't find any glasses because I'm too blind to find them. They're fell down between the crack over there, and then there's another pan over there, and So who needs glasses? I love you guys. I'm going to bring you back, totally back. And 2, you're taking a bow to your guides and your sanctuary and your library. See it clearly. You feel unbelievable. You feel whole. You feel one. First time than ever you actually realizing who you are, what you're supposed to be doing, what your connection, And every person you come in contact is just the right person. Everyone that you are close to, you will make that connection of love's co-creation. See it clearly. See it clearly. Okay, found my glasses. See what this guy said. I can feel like we are in a golden place. A lot of chosen walls. Yep. And just keep these images, right, securely in your consciousness. And remember, all you got to do is breathe that 20% in and that 30% out. Breathe in that prana. Illuminate yourself. Illuminate your imaginary mirror, right? And 2, you're walking from your library of your Akashic record out into the circle of light that surrounds you, that is right behind your imaginary mirror. That white light, that bright white light. See it clearly, right? And now I'm going to count from 1, 3 times, and you're going to come back, right? See it clearly. And 1. You feel yourself in your avatar. You feel yourself, you're stretching. You feel you're breathing in the air. Your lungs are still breathing in that 20% more. And you feel refreshed. You feel rejuvenated. You feel no fear, but you are full of connections. Your insight is clear. Your empathy is strong. There is nothing to fear. You see that clearly. You see all of your relations and how you're connected. You see your cadre, your tight cadre, your brothers and sisters who are here to take the peace of the earth and make it stronger. This is our best. This is our time. We are here. This is our time. We came together because we have always been together, but we are now together, awake, aware, and attached, connected, ascending to our consciousness. See it clearly. And 1. I'm going to say 1 more time, and I'll snap my fingers, and you'll be right back here. And we'll chat a little bit, because it's only 1 hour and 38 minutes. Like, it felt like 5 hours, right? But it's only 1 hour and 38 minutes. And we really were only in state for 38 minutes. That's pretty amazing. All of that you saw, only 38 minutes here, it felt like a month and a half there, right? And that is the perfect example that time is not linear, okay? And 1, you're back. Yep, that's right. 09. Time flies when you step outside of it. So, I hope that by you experiencing Shambhala, you kind of realize that you're not in Kansas anymore. You know, you've actually gone past that point of no return. You can't, even if you don't, I can't do this. No, oh, and you hang up the phone and you don't ever call home again. Sorry, gang, you're already connected. This line is not going to drop dead. Even if I left this, avatar, which I soon will, I'm still talking to you guys. It's still, dreamy dreamland does not go away, My ability to communicate to you in dream time does not go away. Why did you watch John's channel? Why would you ever? Well, you saw me. You heard me tell those stories. And I did it I was doing it in a shamanic ceremony. And that's why 60, 90, 100,000 of you watched each of those stories right? And why is only 9 people watching this? After the day goes by, maybe 50 to 100 people watch it, because those people are people of quality rather than quantity, right? Now, the other hundreds of thousands are going to show up. That's fine. But we have to prepare. We have to prepare the feast. We have to make the bed. We have to make it so folk can just say, wow. And we'll turn away from that illusion. We'll let go their anxiety, their hate, their fear, their self-loathing. They will pick up their anchor. They will let their sails be full, and they will travel. See it clearly. Yep, that's it. That is it. So come on, keep chatting. You guys are waking up. You're back in your avatar. You can take those little thumbs. Oh, can you even hear me? I've got my microphone. Here I am. I'm back. The microphone's in my ear. Anyway, there's 9 of you. What do you got to say? So, I'll do another morning. Let's see. It's amazing. Buddy, good to see you made it. So, another morning chat, but tomorrow is David Bowie's birthday. And I don't know if you guys seen my little story of David Bowie on John's channel. My show, Dream Time with Al, but, I have to thank John, because I would have never done this without him. I mean, he didn't do anything no technical resources, but if I hadn't done that and saw the kind of response that I was getting and energetically picked up on it, I would have never done this, because I didn't know how. I didn't, I've heard of YouTube, but I'm out in the woods. I have no internet, right? Why am I staying at the school? Because it's got amazing Wi-Fi. That's why I do this, not because, I need some place to stay. No. This is to connect to you guys. Yep, so tomorrow's David Bowie's birthday. And the morning chat, I will kind of reiterate the story of meeting Dave. And then in the evening, I will do that again, but go in real depth. And I spent about a week with him when he was in New York. He was doing business, this and that. He was staying at the Waldorf. And, I met him that night and didn't even know he was David Bowie. And we spent the whole night walking through New York, because it was a summer evening, and I took him to all these amazing places that most people don't get to go in New York. But I have the pass. So, he said, wow. So he said, I'm going to have a party. One day I said, I got to work. He said, me too. But, let's say it was a Monday or Saturday. He had a party on Monday. He said, I'm at this hotel. Here's my number. Here's, the room number. I'll put you on the list. You go to the, desk. Tell them you're going to go to the party with Dave, and they'll look on the list, and they'll take you up into my suite. I said, okay. And after spending almost 24 hours with him continuous, and then a day going by, getting sleep, working, and then the next day I worked and then went to the party. I got to the party, and they had a guy at the door. He looked on the list. Oh yeah, you're in. And I went in, and there's Dave holding court and all these people. And, I'm in the, music industry. I know, well, look, these are all pretty heavy hitter music folk. And then this woman, and Dave, when I walked in, Dave said, "Hey, Al, oh, everybody, this is Al." And he was, still holding court. So I kind of went over and got a drink, and, he had some really nice food, and I put that on the plate, and I was kind of, sitting down at this little coffee nachi circle, and this woman was next to me, and she goes, "Oh, you know Dave real well." I said, yeah. "You know David Bowie really well." I said, yeah. "Huh? David Bowie. And she just started saying, "David." I said, "Yeah." "What?" She goes, "That guy. That one. That's David Bowie. You know him really well. He likes you. You came in, and you're the only one of all these people that he stopped doing what he was doing, saying, 'Hey, Al,' and introduced me. Only one." So that is tomorrow. Tomorrow is David Bowie's birthday, and the morning chat and the evening chat will be about David Bowie and all of the things we did and all the connections we had. And then when we go into state, we're going to go back to Shambhala, and we are going to, David Bowie is in Shambhala. If any of you didn't see him, he is there. And then we're going to take the doorway that goes from Shambhala to the old crone's farmhouse. And she, in that cloakroom, any of you who were part of last night's thing where the old crone gave you a cape and a magic bag, or an alchemical bag. I don't like to use the word magic. Alchemical bag. Well, on the other side of that cloakroom is the doorway into where we just were. So I'm going to tell stories about David, and then we're going to go to Shambhala and hang with him, and then we're going to go from the doorway of Shambhala to the old crone's farmhouse cloakroom, and we're going to have one kick-ass party, dancing the night away in the ballroom that's in the old crone's farmhouse. So you better be there or be square. Tell everyone to show up. This morning's in the morning ramble, I'm going to tell stories about Dave, but it'll be more or less a 411 advertisement of what the evening's going to be. So if you thought tonight was fun, if you thought yesterday was amazing, if you thought all the others that you've taken part, they will, this one, because it's David Bowie's birthday. Right? Yes, guys, you can always go rewatch these. These are shamanic ceremonies. You go and watch it and follow the path, and you will be right there. You don't need to chat on the your smartphone or your laptop or your tablet, because you'll be able to communicate to all your relations right there. That's what's special about this, Miss Courtney. And like I said, you can go and look at them all. There's almost 180. We're pushing 200. And last night was special. But every night is special in its own little way. But again, Courtney, you can be there because there is no time. Time is an illusion. If you took part of this little journey into Shambhala, you kind of experienced that. And tomorrow, we're going to have some fun. So again, if anyone wants to get a hold of me, the Dude Awake at dudeawake42 at Gmail, right? I would love it if you were to go to my blog, which is xratted.blogspot.com, And that I set up, or a friend of mine set it up for me to be a publishing house. If I can figure out how to use it, we can set that up. And you guys can put your stuff up there too. And I have 26 novels and about, I don't know, 80 short stories and about, I don't know, somewhere between 300 and 800 thesis papers that I can put up on that spot. But I only put up 3/4 of one novel because I didn't want to like overpower. I just wanted to give you a taste of what my work is like and that we can talk about it. And again, I'd love to hear from any of you on my the Dude Awake 42 at Gmail. And if you live in America, leave me your phone numbers because there are a lot of you who have done that and I talk to and do readings and insights into what's going on in your life, blah blah, that are personal. But if you live outside the country, and a lot of you do, which is truly amazing, I'm just so thrilled, honored, and humbled by all of your presence and that you're from all over the place. Like Buddy is from New Zealand, right? You think he's from New Jersey, right? The way he is, but no, he's from New Zealand. So you're back in your avatars, right? You feel great and loose and you've emptied all your anger and angst and anxiety and fear and self-loathing. See how good that feels? So the other thing you can do, just like Gmail, you can come to me in dream time. I'm going to be going to sleep in the next hour or two. I have some writing I want to do. And I'm going to call up 2 or 3 of the people who interrupted us. I'm getting pretty good at getting back online. And anyone who wants to send me anything, any little, gratuity, appreciation, you can send it to my P.O. Box 1165, Vinton, Virginia, 24179. And hey, guys, if you live near Virginia, like if you were within 100 miles of me, come and get me. I'd love to take a little vacation from here, Anyway, just go see John Birmingham's channel and you'll get the picture. And John is great. He's really, I try so hard to crack through John and get him to open to that amazing guy who he is, that spirit, that consciousness. But I'm his friend, and I don't give up. I'll just keep trying, just keep at it. Send him some prayers. He definitely needs that. Anyway. So, and also, if you want to send me something from Western Union, and that's why, I had like $6, and then somebody sent me 50, or $12, and someone sent me 50, which paid for my tire. I blew out my tire today. So it could have been the worst of days, but it was great. It was like a blessing. It was like a miracle. Because go watch the rest of this, and which I told the story of this. But let's see. Any other things you guys want to say before I say goodnight? Yep, and tomorrow night you will all meet David Bowie and be at one kick-ass party. And it's going to be, every great musician that you ever loved will be there, right? Later, 09. Always to be in your presence, a great honor. I love you all. Oh, look at that. It's 1 hour, 54 minutes and 54 seconds. Synchronistic moment. Oh, just when 09 was saying that. That's what I love about this, right? Okay, Courtney. Sounds like a plan. Breathe easy. Live easy. Speak easy. Nice 109. Oh, Miss Fish. Well, Fish, go back and see this one over again. It was pretty amazing. And be here tomorrow at 7 p.m. because it's David Bowie's birthday. And we're going to have one blowout of a birthday party for David. Okay? We're going to go to Shambhala, and you will be able to meet him in the flesh. So go tell your friends, give them the address, Dreamy Dreamland with Sensei Al Bob. Tomorrow night, Eastern Standard Time, USA, 7 p.m., right? Love you all, and I'll do my morning little thing and tell little stories about Dave and other connective tissues, okay? The more the merrier. See you then. Yeah, tomorrow's going to be just one heck of a party. Okay? I love you guys. Okay, 1:56. I'm going to sign off at 56 seconds. I just love sleep well, Fish. 41, 42. It was great. You were great. Tomorrow will be extraordinary. 51, 2, 3. Buddy, I love you too, buddy. Good night.